What's up, everybody? Mike McIntyre here, back from All Things Sports. I'm so happy to see all your smiling faces here with me today. I have a brand new unboxing video for you today. Today we're going to take a look at the World Cup pack, Nike Just Do It, Nike Vapor 12 Elite. So stay with me. We're going to talk about tech specs, review them, and get these bad boys on feet. Okay guys, so inside the box, of course, you have your Nike string bag. Now, this is the exact same string bag as you get with the Superfly 6s. I have done a review video on that one. I'll leave a link to that video in the top right hand corner. It's the exact same bag, white, with a bunch of different languages saying Nike Football in silver and the orange accent strings. Throw that sucker out of the way and then get the shoes out of the box. So this is the Nike Vapor 12s. Now, the Mercurial Vapor 12 is basically a low-cut version of the Superfly 6. This time around, the boot is virtually identical. The only difference between the Vapor 12 and the Superfly 6 is, of course, the heightened collar that you get with the Superfly 6. So if you do like that whole mid-cut game, you can go for the Superfly, but if you prefer the low-cut, more traditional fit of a soccer football boot, this is the way to go with the Mercurial line. The Vapor 12 has a completely flyknit upper. It's got this sort of 360 design. I've talked about this before in the Superfly video. It's basically a 360 flyknit design where the sort of synthetic coating that wraps the flyknit is thicker towards the sole plate in this area, and it gets gradually thinner and thinner and thinner as you get towards the tongue and exposed flyknit area up here that allows you to essentially get the boot in place. It's a very unique idea from Nike, trying to sort of just wrap the entire foot in flyknit, give you the most sock-like fit you can possibly get, and then just slap on a pair of studs on the bottom. I get the idea, but at the end of the day, it's still some sort of football boot where the bottom is virtually solid, and then you have a knitted upper boot, which is quite common in today's modern football market, I suppose. So the coating on top is a synthetic layer that just gives the boot a little bit of durability. You have these sort of speed ribs that run vertically this time around as opposed to horizontally on the previous Vapor. And of course, then they do coat it with another layer of ACC, all conditions control. So that is basically the upper material. It is a very, very unique design. It's not the softest. I think the Vapor 11 was a little bit softer from right out of the box, but it is very, very thin, and I do like that you finally get a flyknit Vapor this time around. The Vapor 12 is definitely the way to go, in my opinion. It is virtually a carbon copy of the flyknit Ultras that we saw in late 2017, and that is what people were calling for a very long time. Ever since we saw the original Superfly with this flyknit upper, people wanted a low-cut Vapor version with flyknit. So the Vapor 12 finally threw that at us, and it is a very solid package. This is definitely the way to go. I just think that the Vapor 11 upper was actually a little bit softer from right out of the box. This one, as you can see, it doesn't sort of just, it's not this plush upper. You'll push on it, and yeah, it bends and it's flexible, but it's just got a little bit of rigidness to it as opposed to the Vapor 11. So that is my sort of 2 cents with the upper. The stud pattern on the Superfly 6 review I showed you guys the AG version. This is, of course, the firm ground version, so you can go check out the differences between the two sole plates there. This is all bladed studs, so you have these very aggressive arrows in the heel and as well as in the forefoot over here. And basically, they're all just positioned to sort of help you accelerate and push off forward. So if you dig into the ground and you push off that way, that is essentially what the studs are trying to do. I would definitely go for the AG version if I were to buy this shoe myself. I'm just a bigger fan of the conical studs, allowing me to pivot in different kinds of surfaces. So that is my 2 cents with that. But it is a very solid sole plate. I like the way it looks. I think this whole boot looks phenomenal with the white upper, the gray Nike swoosh, and those orange accents. I do think the boot looks very, very good. And that is pretty much it for tech specs. It's something we've seen before. It's just this new Just Do It pack colorway. So again, I have done a review on the Superfly 6 of this. This is my first review of the Vapor 12, but the boots are so similar that there's just not that much to talk about. So that is pretty much it. Stay tuned. I'm gonna slip them on feet, and we'll show you guys what these fit and feel like. So from right out of the box, these bad boys fit true to size, in my opinion. Now, Nike can be a little all over the place with their sizes at times, but this one, for the most part, fits relatively well. It is a narrow boot, it is a very thin boot, and if you're in the sort of speed boot market, this is definitely one to look at. If you're looking for a very thin boot, this just might be the one. I think this is the sort of thinnest upper that you could possibly get. With that being said though, it is sort of catered to a bit more of a narrow foot. I have wide feet, and there's no way that I would actually buy this boot myself just because I don't find it that comfortable for my foot type. But if you do and you have the foot type that fits in this boot well, and you like the lightweight feel, you like that sort of one-to-one sensation when dribbling, taking players on in a very thin boot in general, this is definitely the boot to go for. I am a big fan of the low-cut version. I love that this Vapor 12 is now fully flyknit. I think that's the way to go. The Superfly 6 collar is probably 1.5 inches taller than on the Vapor 12 right here. So if you're the type of player that really likes a thin boot, one-to-one, very thin with the ball, this Vapor 12 is probably the way to go. It's a great boot. It's a solid offering from Nike, and I absolutely love this colorway. I have to admit that. I really, really like the way it looks. That is pretty much it for the on-feet portion of the video. Get your size if you're interested in picking up a pair for yourselves. And I am Mike McIntyre from All Things Sports. Hit that subscribe button. I got more videos coming for you. You know you want to be a part of this community. I'm signing off for now. Catch you in my next video. Take care.